Hey everybody, just gonna give you a quick update on some of the goodies that I found over the last several days. Um, this pile of stuff you're looking at here came from my local ferret rescue sale. I go there 3 times a year to support them, and everything you see here cost me a whole $8. This brought back some memories because before the days of power washers, and this is what we used to use to clean engines when I worked at the gas station many years ago. That was one of the services we offered to our customers before the days of the EPA and all that good stuff. So I thought that was kind of cool. You put compressed air in here and you hook up your garden hose, you have your adjustment here, and away you go. This, I don't know if it's going to focus, probably not. You can't read it, it's not going to focus for me, damn it. Anyhow, this is, almost had it, this is a Blue Point 9/16 5/8 offset box wrench. So I grabbed that, and then I grabbed some Exolite nut drivers. This one here is a 1/4 inch magnetic. This one here is 3/8. This one here I think is 1/2 inch. This one here, oh, that's 1/2 inch. Maybe this is 7/16 then. 1/2 inch, and then this one here, if I can get it to focus. I don't even know if I can see what it is. I think this is 5/16. So 1/4, 5/16, 3/8, 7/16, 1/2. And then I grabbed this nice Stanley Handyman auger drill, whatever you want to call it. Apparently the people had a garage sale and they tried to sell it for $6 and it didn't sell, so they donated everything to these guys. But I have a whole bunch of auger bits, and these don't bring a whole lot of money, somewhere around $20 or so. But if I combine them with the auger bits, that's where you can bring some money. So what I'll probably do is get all those auger bits together and cleaned up and list everything as a bundle. The nut drivers I plan on keeping because American-made nut drivers are very hard to come by these days. The Blue Point wrench, I'll keep that. That's an oldie, probably from the 50s. That I'm going to hang on to just to have around here. I might give it a whirl, but I do have a power washer, so it's kind of obsolete. But again, you know, it was what I saw, and you know, the guy said $8. I gave him 10. I said, here, you know, it's for the animals, so I always give them a few extra bucks on top of whatever they do. It's just the right thing to do. So this next bunch of stuff here, this you can read it, Snap-on screwdriver. This is a little 1/4 inch Craftsman T-bar. This is a Snap-on 1.25" 6-point socket. These are SK. This is an 11/16 6-point. Looks like it's brand new. This is a 3/4 SK 6-point. Looks like it's brand new. This bundle of stuff here was $5 at a garage sale. People were moving to Florida. Stuff's got to go, and so he told me $5. I said I'll take it. Next, this is kind of interesting. If you can read what this says, it's a Mallory Duracell battery tester, Bethel, Connecticut. This is made in Japan. Brand new in the box. I just unwrapped it. This is doing anything from a hearing aid battery to some kind of batteries up to 45 volts, which is kind of interesting. And it has your drain, tells you what your drains are. You would turn your knob to what you're looking for, turn your voltage. On a regular, like a C or a D battery, AA, AAA, you put the positive here. You use your negative cable here to complete the circuit. It'll read it on the meter. If you're testing a 9 volt or other batteries, you just use the test leads. So it's pretty cool. Made in Japan. I'm seeing used ones on eBay for like 35 bucks. So this should bring a few bucks. I don't really have a use for it. Again, paid $5. So I grabbed that. This here, Sure Shot atomizer. You can put your chemicals in here. It has your spray top tip on there. You fill it up with 80 to 150 psi of air. It's made out of aluminum. And it came with a whole bunch of extra nozzles and tops and etc. etc. This probably wasn't the greatest deal, but it's brand new. I did pay 10 bucks for it. They are selling for about 25 bucks. So I'm going to probably use it for a PV Blaster or something like that. You know, just I figured I'd give it a try. We used to have the bigger ones when I worked in the shop for brake clean and stuff, because we would buy it in a 55-gallon drum, and it was just more cost effective that way. So I just figured it would be good to have around the house instead of always looking for a can, or you know, get a can that's half empty and, you know, it's still got stuff in it, but there's no spray left. So I figured this would be good to have. Like I said, it wasn't the best deal I've ever made, but like I said, for 10 bucks, I'll deal with it. The next bunch of stuff came from a sale we went to on Sunday. It was a weekend sale, and these guys were blowing everything out. It said everything's half off on Sunday. So this vise here was originally marked $2. I did do a little wire brushing on it. It was a dark green in color, but it's kind of like a jeweler's type of vise or what have you. And what's pretty cool about this is it has the 2 holes, so you can also mount this to the edge of your bench and not always rely on the clamp, so that'll hold it, you know, solid. Again, I found one on eBay, you know, $20, $25, not a big deal, but for $1, I figured this would be handy to have for maybe holding small things when I'm soldering or for rebuilding small engine carburetors. So for $1, I grabbed it. This was marked $0.25, and this was actually, the guy gave it to me for free. It's similar to my machinist vise that I have. This says Rolls. It's made out of aluminum, and it has these plastic jaws, which are pretty cool. So he just gave that to me. He said, that's a give you. This box of stuff here said $2.50, so this was $1.25. There's some empty spark plug boxes in there like those two. Here's a Bosch spark plug end, probably for like a motorcycle or something. Couple of chainsaw spark plug wrenches. This is a Colt Industries engine accessory. I didn't even look and see what that is as of yet. There you go, a B8 ES. That's a typical ATV motorcycle type of spark plug. It's this old set of brushes, Flicker carbon brushes, $1.50. There is 2 brushes in here. Again, no idea what that's worthy of anything. This says some kind of Briggs & Stratton parts, but there's actually like old carburetor junk in there. So But a bunch of Champion spark plugs in here. I'm not even sure what that is. I didn't even look yet in this Motorcraft box. Oh, it's a set of points. And these are the old Champion packaging. I remember these as a kid. My father had a whole bunch of these in the basement. So again, $1.25, $1 free. The next thing I came across, I don't know if you're going to be able to see this too well. I'll try to give you a better picture. But this is a Snap-on torsion bar gauge. These are there are magnets on either end. This is adjustable for length and for height. Apparently there's supposed to be a set of 2. And I would imagine these are used to set the height on vehicles with torsion bars. But anyhow, I only saw the one. It was marked $2. So this was $1. So $1, $1 free, $1.50. So $1, $2, $3.50. This here's the next item. Craftsman. This is a ratcheting valve spring compressor. It only has the straight one. Apparently it could have came with a different type that came up a little closer, but in any case it was $1.50. So I grabbed all that stuff. That was a no-brainer. And that's kind of about it. Things have been a little hit and miss lately. Like I said, and I haven't been feeling that great lately to be doing a lot of stuff, and the weather's been lousy, and we're supposed to be getting whacked with maybe some severe storms this afternoon. There is a possibility of even some tornadoes. There was some bad flooding south of me yesterday, so supposedly today could be our turn. So the only other thing I came across, this was a Facebook deal, is this Workmate 550, and I do have the centerpiece that goes with it. I gave the lady, she wanted $10 for it, so I grabbed it for $10. I have the original made in USA version of this out in my garage, and I love having that thing. It's so handy for all kinds of stuff. Supposedly it's supposed to be 550 pounds, but you know, I don't know that I would push it. That is chipboard with some veneer on it and whatnot. So, but again, you could always make that out of hardwood. It's not a big deal. But for $10, I figured it'd be good to have in the house instead of having stuff outside. Yeah, some of that hoard stuff that I came across, I gave this a quick cleaning. This is a BC Ames cross slide for a lathe. It's probably 100 years old, I'm not sure. There's one on eBay right now for $250. So, not sure. I'm thinking if I wanted to get rid of it real quick, I could put it up there for $100 plus shipping or something. We'll see. I'd like to maximize my return, but it does me no good, so that'll probably end up being put up for sale soon. So, and just some of the other crap that I was going through, you know, all these gears, a bunch of bronze gears, aluminum gears. I guess that's bronze. Just all kinds of crazy stuff. Some stainless steel rod. Like I don't even know what all that stuff was for, but I know a lot of these people that like to do this steampunk stuff. They like to have gears and such to build things and make things out of and whatnot. So I may try putting a bunch of that stuff together and seeing if I can't sell some of that. And this is basically most of this stuff here is all that Bakelite stuff in this container. That's kind of interesting. Brand new Bakelite, like a doorbell, type of switch. You can clearly see I saved some of the boxes. Just you can see how old this stuff is. But I got to go through this stuff. I believe most of this stuff is brand new, but it's just been laying around for a long time, and it's got to be cleaned up. It's pretty dirty, but I'll see what happens with that. I might be able to do something. Apparently there is a market for some of that stuff, so here again, we'll see what happens. But yeah, that's pretty much about it. Nothing super fancy. Nothing lighting my world on fire or anything. This is the workbench that I had picked up for $100. I started reassembling it after I took it apart, and I'm using carriage bolts to put this back together instead of the wood screws they had it together with, and all grade 5 hardware. I have the sandpaper. I have my poly here, so I got to get around to sanding this thing down, and what I'll do is I'll coat it, and then I will probably finish putting the rest of the hardware, and these are just sitting here just for now. I'll probably pull these out, sand around them, pull one out, sand it, put it back in, pull the other one out, sand it, put it in, and continue on, because I was going to put my lathe on this, but it's overkill. I already have a bench that I started to build for the other lathe, so and there's the furnace. So that's about it for today. So hope everybody's doing well, and stay safe today if you're in the Northeast. And thanks for watching, commenting, like, and subscribing. Take care, everybody.